Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. 1190.
Get a shiver in the dark.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. You know, I'm so excited about this next segment because Alley Plake returns to be on the Jeff Crilley Show. And she is here with Central Dentist, which has really made such a healthy impact on my personal family from our smiles. And so welcome, Alley.
Thank you so much for having me again. I'm so excited. We have so many things to talk about.
We do, and never enough time.
Never.
We need the whole hour.
Yes.
So, Alley, tell me about Central Dentist and the mission, because I love Dr. Jill Umbrello. She has made such a difference in my family's smiles, and I really want to know and educate our audience listening today that goal and what really sets Central Dentist apart.
Well, I guess the biggest thing is, of course, she is a dentist, and there's tons of dentists that are great at everything that they do in Dallas, especially. So what really sets us apart is the fact that really our goal is to provide a resource to parents who may be concerned that their child has been misdiagnosed. And how we do that is through our Healthy Start program. And our mission is to help basically create the best version of every child.
Absolutely. And when you say misdiagnosed, what are some of the symptoms that you wouldn't necessarily correlate with what's going on with children's growing mouths?
Right, exactly. It's sleep disordered breathing. That's our big, I guess, target right there is helping alleviate that. And kiddos that have been diagnosed with like ADD, their bedwetting, nightmares, aggression, poor grades in school, a lot of that really could be just because they haven't gotten any sleep. I am so cranky when I don't sleep.
Yes.
So imagine these kiddos that just aren't getting that chronically.
And so tell me a little bit about, and so how does that relate with their growing mouths? What's going on with the sleeping?
Right. So whenever you're sleeping and you're not getting the proper amount of sleep and getting into those sleep cycles, your body's not getting the proper amount of oxygen to help every part of your child grow. So of course the oxygen that you're getting is going towards the vital organs that, are growing, your brain, your heart. And so what's left over is the rest of the body is just kind of, I guess, for lack of better words, shutting down, not going to its full potential. So they wake up, they're not well rested, they've got dark circles under their eyes, and the parents go to is, we'll take them to the doctor. And unfortunately, they try to cover a lot of things up with medications, which usually causes another problem. So rather than kind of over-medicating our kids, get them in and do some conservative treatment. And that's what we're doing. The stories that I've heard are incredible. It's honestly saved marriages. Imagine you're a kid, not sleeping and being cuddled up with them all night, and you're just so worried about, your child and what's going on. So getting them in and really figuring out what the root of the problem is does so much.
That's so fantastic. And so that's with Central Dentist, which is located here in Dallas, but they are using the Healthy Start platform, which is everything that you've touched on. And so tell us a little bit about that intervention, early intervention for kids from, I think, ages 2 to 12, and it's a little appliance that they wear. That's what Caleb's wearing. And so not only is it an awesome preventative for braces, which is what sparked my attention, I'm like, really? I could save money on braces?
Exactly. So, there's so many benefits to it. We've talked a lot about sleep disordered breathing already, and that's really the biggest concern. But you're right. It does help eliminate the need for braces by, gently guiding the eruption of teeth into the correct spot. But you mentioned just a little plastic mouth guard is kind of what it looks like. And it can also address all of the habits that kids might have, their thumb sucking, finger sucking,
Yes.
proper position of the tongue. So it's a great way to have a conservative treatment. And the range, we would love to see them at 2, but, if we see a kiddo at 8, there's still so much that we can do to help them while they're growing.
And so when I went in to see Dr. Jill, we were talking about the preventative of the braces, but she was telling me all of this, which you just touched on, Alley. And my first thought being a parent as well, is he really going to wear it? And so the thing about Dr. Jill is she is just so convincing as a dentist to the entire family. You can't say no to her. And so she sat down with Caleb and she showed him this little gummy appliance. And she's like, you're going to look like a little football player when you sleep and battle those nightmares. And she was just so comforting to him, and even talking him through when he loses his first tooth, which was like, oh my gosh, earth-shattering, thinking about, I'm going to lose my teeth. Think about that with your kids. It's like, these teeth just grew in, and now we're going to lose them, and why? And she just sat down and took the time with him to explain, Caleb, you're going to lose your teeth, and the tooth fairy is going to come, but then you grow these healthy adult teeth, which are so important for you growing into a healthy little boy.
And you touched on a really great point about that. Just having the parents be on the team. Of course, we can send a kiddo home with a mouth guard. But if the parents aren't on board to help us kind of make that successful, it's not going to work, of course. But she's so good. She's a mother of 3 herself. So she does, get how difficult that can be. So she's great at presenting it in a way that the kiddos want to do it. It's cool. And I can hear her through the whole office, just making that such an exciting experience. In fact, recently she was awarded DFW's Child Approved Dentist Award, and she's an international speaker now, which I do want to touch on her upcoming trip to Ecuador.
Wow, she's going to Ecuador?
I'm really,
I didn't know that.
I am so excited about this, actually. It's incredible. The kids in Ecuador, they obviously don't have a lot of resources there, and so she's going there to train, teach the doctors there to actually be able to implement the Healthy Start program for all of their children. So the children that are having to work in these factories that aren't getting enough sleep, of course they go to work, they don't produce very well, they're getting in trouble and going home and getting very little to no sleep, and then having to wake up, a short few hours later and do it all over again. So the quality of these kids' lives will be greatly impacted by her visit to Ecuador, and I'm so excited to see what comes of that.
Gosh, that's incredible with Dr. Jill. She's not only impacting the kids and families here in Dallas, but also all over the world.
It's international.
When does she leave?
On the 21st of August. She'll be gone at least a week, probably closer to 2. So we're finalizing some plans there. But I know she's just so excited and passionate to treat not only our kids here in the DFW area, but internationally.
And talk a little bit about her speaking. She goes around speaking and educating.
She's actually been coined the expert of Healthy Start. And so she's traveling around the country. I can't keep up with her. I don't know when this woman sleeps. It's amazing. I've got 1 kid and 1 husband, and she's got, triple what I've got going on. But really, we're just excited to make a difference 1 kiddo at a time and help kids be the best version of themselves. And we are looking for a hygienist to help us kind of expand our office. So we would, love to find the right team member to come on with us and help these kids.
I think that's fantastic. And touch on a little bit more about the overall practice, not just the Healthy Start program, but overall teeth cleanings. How often do you need to go in for a teeth cleaning?
It depends on kind of what's going on. General rule of thumb, definitely go twice a year. But some people may need, every 3 months. And that's really where, coming in for a consultation and just figuring out what you personally need. That way we can, come up with an individualized plan for you.
Samantha, when was the last time you went to the dentist?
I'm not going to answer that on air.
Oh, that is a guilty face right
what
there.
Do you
It really is. It really
to a potential patient like Samantha who, for whatever reason, isn't going to the dentist like she should?
I brush
You floss.
twice a day.
What are some of the dangers and warning signs that people need to look for if they're not having someone follow up with their mouth and help?
Samantha, you might lose all of your teeth,
Oh, that's actually terrifying.
Right?
So I hope you accept my insurance. So.
Right. Well, just coming in and taking a look, but some of the signs and symptoms, bleeding while brushing, flossing, that is a huge indicator right there. And a lot of people probably experience that and do nothing about it. But lots of glares over there.
Well, it's like your mouth health. It's something that people just don't generally really think about. They think when I'm sick, I'll go to the doctor. But if I go to the dentist just to get a teeth cleaning, I brush every night.
Right.
It's really more important than that. It's really to make sure that, everything's doing well in there. And I noticed that, through pregnancy, my teeth started shifting and I never had braces, but the bottom started crowding. And that's why I asked Dr. Jill about it. And she's like, oh, real quick, we'll just get you some Invisalign and you'll be finished with that within less than 6 months. And I'm thinking, I didn't realize that your teeth can shift over time. And what does that have to do with your overall health? There could be underlying issues that even your dentist can find out about.
Absolutely. And how are you doing on those trays, Sarah?
Yeah, so I need to wear them more, and Dr. Jill has just walked me through the entire process of why. And so thanks to her, I have a beautiful smile, and I can't wait for that teeth whitening. I'm coming in pretty soon.
So exciting. But really, Dr. Jill, she's just an incredible person to, work with. And I know that anybody who is in her hands is going to be taken care of. And we're just excited to partner with Healthy Start at Central Dentist.
I think that's fantastic. And in closing here, go ahead and remind us of your social media channels, which are very important to connect with because we'll post those on the Jeff Crilley Show and also your website.
Absolutely. You can find us on Facebook. We have our Central Dentist page, and you can also look up the Healthy Child, the Healthy Start. And you can email us if you have any questions or just want to talk a little bit about, coming in. And that email address is info@Central Dentist, or you can give us a call at 214-368-0900.
Thank you so much, Alley. We can't wait to have you back. And I think we need to pull Dr. Jill in here next time to talk about her world travels. I think that's incredible.